Hello and welcome back to another episode of PopCulture Reacts, and we are back in the list, and it is back to Nightwish and Romanticide. Obviously, last time we did Nightwish on here, I got slated because I
I don't
didn't
know what you
like it.
mean. I blanked it out. I blanked out. It's then for me. I think of it as Nightwish PTSD. I don't think I ever typed that many words in quick succession to say, "Look, it's all right." He didn't like it. I quite liked it. So when you're going, you lunatics, how can you hate it? But yeah, like but by that same token, it is nice to see bands have a passionate fan base. We often
Yes.
talk about that of going, it is, but yeah, there's a kind of a little bit of a tick going because I actually was quite keen to hear him again. Like I didn't, I had my complaints about that song. I thought it wasn't quite, certainly wasn't quite as great for me as it seems to be for so many others. But there was enough there to make me want to come back for more. But yeah, as I say, that twitch is still there of going. How many? I'll get my typing fingers ready for the rest of the week when this comes out.
But this is one of those things that obviously I said in there when we did that video, put some stuff in that you think that would be more my sort of thing when I went
Yeah.
with the stuff I left to do. This was one of the ones that got a lot of people going, try this one, try this one. So we
Well,
shall.
and one of the things that's always been really important to us, we said this straight away, didn't we, when we first sort of said we were going to do this, is that we'd always be honest, like whether people like it or not. Because I don't know, I just don't want to be disingenuous here. I don't want to
Mm,
kind of go, yeah, it's best thing since sliced bread, just because I think that's what people want to hear. Yeah, we want to be kind of open and honest with how we experienced it, because I think we have reacted to stuff that we've genuinely really loved, and yeah, I think it probably is not doing right by those things that we love if we pretend to love everything.
exactly.
But just as another heads up to anyone who's watching this, I can't mute Chris. So if he does start saying bad things, it's not my fault. I can't mute him. I can
Exactly.
only mute myself. If you see me disappear lower down, I just go like, "Oh no, hide behind the microphone." But no, all joking aside, I think like every song we do, we kind of hope that we're really going to like it, don't we? That's
Yeah.
what we go into all of them with, and let's see, shall we?
So shall we get our romanticide on?
Yeah, and P.S. For the listeners, because Chris can't hear me right now, I can't mute him, but afterwards I can edit him out. Let's do this.
Your love and rest my
So, Mr. Seddon, what did you think of that?
I'm gonna throw myself on the mercy of people who know the band much better because I'm not au fait with how everyone looks enough. But I'm pretty sure from memory that the singer for that was Floor, and
Yes.
um, I just did a quick Google because the song was from an album pre her time, and I don't know. There's a bit of me that really wants to go away and listen to that sung by the original singer. I think it's Taja at that point,
Yeah.
but um, I don't know. There's that just inherent curiosity built in because I think as a vocalist, like she's a hell of a performer, and it almost makes me inherently curious to go. What was it like before?
Mm.
And where's those kind of differences? I mean, some of the notes and some of the range that she can just transition in and out of. It's mightily impressive for me. But yeah, my first curiosity there is going. Oh, I wonder how that compares to the
The
vocals on the
original,
original.
yeah. Um, Here we go. Here's gonna, confuse people.
Oh, before you do it, I reckon you bloody love that. By the way.
I wouldn't say love it, but it's a
Right.
vast improvement from the first one round. The heavy, musically, it is really, really good power metal.
Yeah. Yeah.
Big riffs. That drum, the drum on there is just sort of perfect and fits it so well, and it gives it that oomph and that momentum for the song, and the speed and the solo and stuff is all really, really good.
It's kind of
And
that unrelenting pace
yeah,
and until we get the slow down, and I think that makes you appreciate that breakdown even more, don't you? Because
mm,
even when the music's transitioning into different sounds, that pace stays very consistent
yeah,
for most of the song until, as I say, you get like kind of the breakdown part of it. So yeah, I'm with you on that.
and vocally, as we said in the first one as well, Floor is an absolutely amazing singer. But usually, for me, it's the vocal range sits off what they're doing musically for me normally. But with this one, it sits really quite well in there. Obviously she shows how good of a singer she is, and when she's doing that slightly operatic sort of higher range stuff,
Yeah,
it doesn't feel forced or out of place. Where on the other one we did and other bits I've heard of them before, that's what grates with me with Nightwish and with a lot of the symphonic metal stuff is it grates. The vocals grate on me, and it's sort of like a, it
is
doesn't
it
add the thing to me that
is it
it
partially that you feel the voice is a voice for power metal? Could it be that maybe that's the thing that grates is you think it sits snugger for you with a different sound behind it.
potentially, yeah, it could be that it works really well in this. It's the vocal or the vocal sound fits what they're doing musically much better. So there's that cohesion there instead of it being opposites
Yeah,
too much. But yeah, I like this. Yeah, I
it's
wouldn't.
nice. It's nice as well, isn't it, to see even within, let's say, a singular genre, like a wider singular genre,
Hmm.
bands having the ability to play in different pools in there. It is pleasant to see because like in a lot of cases, we don't, do we? We live in a world where it's a lot more singular. So like stay in your lane,
Yeah.
you do that. So it's nice to see people transition. I'm not saying it's sort of too far, but to transition a bit. I think if I had to compare them, like the two songs we've listened to, I think for me I prefer Ghost of Score, there's a lot I like about this, but I think probably the symphonic metal, um if done right for me, I think would likely resonate with me more. But yeah, I really liked it. I think, yeah, musically, I go back to what I said earlier about the pacing. I think the pacing just fits well, and I think it allows the vocal to be, I don't know, the biggest attention grabber.
Hmm.
And I think if you've got someone who can sing like that, it always will be. However, I go back to they didn't always have her, and I don't know. I haven't listened to anything for any of the vocal performers before. So you almost kind of go, wow. The previous vocalist must have been pretty special as well to maybe kind of hang the hat on that quite as much as it is here. But yeah, like I could quite happily listen to this. If it come on Spotify, or if I was listening to a playlist,
Hmm.
I think certainly times, and we often talk about like linking music to mood. And if I was, let's say I was at work, this never happens, but let's say I was at work and I was feeling just a little bit aggy about something, I could easily see myself going outside, having a cigarette, and listening to this, and that kind of um, allowing my agitation to have a good outlet. Like
Yeah.
bang my head or stomp my feet to this, and then when I go back in, be the pleasant, calm, working man that I always am.
Exactly. I believe you that you're calm and pleasant working.
Oh yeah, oh yeah, yeah. A treasure to work with, I'm
Exactly.
sure. Yeah.
Exactly. But yeah, no, as I said, I'm much better than Ghost Ghost Doors that we did first time around for me. Um, as I said, if there's more of this vein, then pop it in the comments. Let us know. 'Cause, yeah, it'd be more my thing to
I'd
listen
like to
more.
as well, for fans of the band. If anyone could pop in, and I know we could just go find it, but I'm quite interested to see what people recommend. Um, Songs that were written post Floor being a band member, to see kind of whether there's a transition in how they create the songs for a different singer. Which I think was like, is it 2012 or something like that she
Around
joined.
then.
Which so yeah, any recommendations from when yeah, she was the lead vocalist would be grand.
Yes, and as always, as this is YouTube, do YouTubey things. Ring bells, like, and subscribe. And until next time.
I've got my typing fingers ready as well for.
Hey, it's much less controversial than last time.
Hey, you never know, do you? You never know. But yeah, um, as I say, the typing fingers are ready for whatever the whirlwind brings us.
So, yes, until next time, goodbye.